Hey guys, it's Tuesday, you're with Shayna, and this week we're talking about our fears or just general fears about dating and relationships and whether or not all tomboys question their gender identity. So the term tomboy can be defined in many various ways, but very generally speaking, a tomboy is a girl, oftentimes a young girl, who exhibits characteristics and behaviors that we typically associate with masculinity. So this can mean dressing in clothing that is thought of to be more masculine or having more stereotypically masculine interests, and just generally acting and appearing in ways that we deem to be more masculine. Now, the original question is, do all tomboys question their gender identity? And I think the answer to this is yes, probably some do, but often others don't. And the reason why people who could be considered as tomboys don't always question their gender identity is that there's a difference between gender identity and gender expression. Sometimes the way we express ourselves is an outward performance of our gender identity, but other times it actually has nothing to do with the way we identify. People who identify as women can have more stereotypically masculine interests. They can love monster truck rallies. They can prefer to wear clothing from the men's section, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they feel that they are a man or that they identify as a man or male. And on that same token, there are people who identify as men who maybe have interests that are more stereotypically feminine. Maybe they like to cook, or they like to garden, or they really like the color pink, or maybe they paint their fingernails. But again, this also doesn't necessarily mean that they identify as female or want to identify as female. It's also important to remember and important to note that the things we associate with what it means to be male and female are in large part socially constructed. There is no evidence to show that girls are somehow more biologically positioned to wear dresses and boys aren't, but rather the kinds of clothing that men and women are supposed to wear are created or constructed by cultures and societies. Gender identity is the way you think and feel about yourself, and your gender expression is just that, the way you express yourself. And a lot of this all goes back to this idea that there are only a very narrow set of ways to be male or female, including the way we look and act. And I've mentioned this in a bazillion of my other videos, so I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it again because it's just that important, that the thing to remember about gender identity, gender expression, gender in general, is that it's all about self-identification. Whoever you feel and say you are is who you are, and you have every right in the world to express yourself in whatever way you see fit, and no one has the right to tell you that you're doing it wrong. What's going on all out here isn't necessarily indicative of what's going on in here. So that's it for me. As always, please leave topic suggestions in the comments below, along with anything else you want to say about this topic or other topics that might pertain to this. And yeah, so I will see you all back here same time, same day next week. Have a great rest of the day, guys. Bye!